Dear friends in Jesus Christ, today is the 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time. In the last few Sundays, we were reflecting upon Jesus as the bread of life, the life-giving bread. And today, we are invited to look into our own hearts, our own lives, to see whether we are living a life worthy of that bread that we receive every day. By looking into our hearts, we need to evaluate ourselves. One day, a catechism teacher was teaching the First Holy Communion children. And he was trying to explain what the demands of Christian life is, what really means to be a Christian. To make the things easy and clear, he asked the students, "Children, why do people call me a Christian?" And he expected answers like, yes, because you go to church, because you receive communion, you are doing this, that. But one little boy stood up, raised his hand and said, "Sir, they are calling you a Christian, maybe because they do not know you." I don't know what prompted the boy to say that they call you a Christian because they do not know you. But it helps us to focus on today's readings. Just let us ask one question. If people really know us, will they be happy to call us Christians? Priests, religious, seminarians? Or they are calling us still with those words because they do not know us? Today Jesus is asking us to look within ourselves and to find out who really we are within us. Because very often our external expressions, external lives are not really a reflection of our true identity. We know Jesus had always a problem with the scribes and the Pharisees. He always criticized them, called them hypocrites, asked the people not to imitate them, that our righteousness should be more than that, because Jesus knew their hearts. That's what St. John says, chapter 2, verse 24. Jesus did not trust them because he knew them. He did not need the testimony of anyone to know them. So, the question today is, what is within us? And it is in the context of the readings or the criticism the Pharisees and the scribes raised against the disciples. We know the Pharisees and the scribes were very meticulous in following all the laws, the rules of the religion, of Judaism. And they had a lot of rituals. And one of them was the ceremonial ablution rites, where they wash their hands before they eat anything. And the disciples of Jesus, nor Jesus, was so much particular about that. That's when they came questioning it and asked Jesus, why are they doing it? Jesus, knowing their hearts, replied by quoting Prophet Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13. "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are away from me." So, observance of the law became a lip service, whereas it should have been an act of heart. It should have come from the heart. The law was given to them to keep them close to God. That was their identity. The law through Moses. And it was a unique gift given to them. As we heard in today's first reading, this is what Moses tells them. "Dear people, what great nation is there that has statutes and ordinances so righteous as all this law which I set before you today?" No other nation. Therefore, he says, "Keep and do them, For that will be your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. And when they see that, they will tell, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So the law was supposed to make them wise, learned people, somebody who is different. And it was supposed to be made in their heart. That's what Prophet Jeremiah says, chapter 31, verse 34. I will write my laws in their hearts so that nobody needs to teach them, but they themselves will know. But the question is, did they become a wise people, learned people before God and before others? Not really. Because the law remained in the books. Therefore, they needed to be taught by others. They kept on practicing the law out of fear, not out of love, not out of convictions. Their focus was external. How they appeared before the people, that was their only concern. But they forgot that God must be enthroned within their hearts. The rule, the law of God must be within their hearts. And that's what they failed. And therefore, Jesus criticizes them. When God and law are outside them, we cannot be God's own true people. And therefore, today the question to us is, how do I practice the law of God? Has I enthroned God in my heart? If not, it is Satan who is in my heart, the world who is in my heart, and the laws and the rules of world rules within. That's where Jesus says, listen and understand, nothing from outside can come into you and defile you. What is within you itself is what defiles you. Remember, Satan and saint are within your heart. Angel and devil are within your heart. If that is what you have placed within you. If your mind, your heart is clean, you will see only cleanliness everywhere. A person with unclean mind and heart will see uncleanness everywhere. Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And to elaborate a little bit, for they shall see God in everything, everywhere and in everyone, if your hearts are pure. If your hearts are not, you won't see that. So today, let's ask for that grace to keep our hearts clean. To be what we are inside should be what is revealed through our actions. Let people know who we are within, and still they must be able to call us Christians. And that will be the ideal that Jesus demands from us. For that, God's law must be within us. God must be within us. As St. Augustine said, love God and do whatever you please. You will do only what is pleasing to God. May the Lord bless all of us and have a blessed Sunday.